Hello everyone, this is your host Akhil. Hope all of you are doing well. This video is all about sharing my experience of HashiCorp certification exam. As most of you know that I recently upgraded my certification exam from 002 to 003. So now I am a certified Terraform engineer for HashiCorp on new version 003. So in this video, we are going to discuss the experience of the exam which I have recently given. As well, I will also talk about how to clear the exam, what topics are covered in the exam, and what resources you should use to prepare for the exam. And along with this, some tips and tricks to clear the exam. So before we dive deep into the discussion of the resources and tips and tricks that you need to clear this exam, first of all let's talk about the exam basics. So this exam is conducted by HashiCorp, and it is completely based on Terraform tool. The exam name is Terraform Associate 003, that is the new version. Okay, 002 was till last year. So as of now, if you are certified in 002, that is also valid, but it will be very soon expired. So basic prerequisites when you are planning to go for this exam and when you are planning to upskill is you should be comfortable using the command lines, either Windows command line tool, or if you are a Linux user and using bash or any other command prompt, and basic understanding of on-premises cloud architecture. So basically, as you know that Terraform infrastructure as a code tool is basically helping you how you are going to provision your infrastructure using this tool. So Terraform helps you in provisioning that infrastructure. So in order to do that, you must have understanding of those infrastructural resources, that what actually you are going to deploy. Okay, for example, if you are going to deploy a VPC on AWS, you should know about basic VPC. What is VPC? For example, if you are deploying a public IP or Microsoft Azure, so you should know what is public IP. So these type of basic understanding of your cloud or on-premises infrastructure resources you should have, because this course does not talk about any cloud resources in detail. It is all only about using Terraform tool to provision your resources. So all the concepts, the best practices and its usage of Terraform, all of is covered in this exam by HashiCorp. Okay, so the exam is multiple choice questions. Okay, it's an MCQ based, and it covers various topics. So different topics like what are the resources, the syntax of Terraform, how to define your different variables using condition statements. All these topics are covered. So this is an online exam, online proctored exam. You don't have to go to any testing centers. You can give it at the comfort of your home or at your office. You just need quite empty room where you are sitting alone with your system, and your system should have webcam so that proctor can monitor your activities. 1 hour exam, 60 minutes. You will be having around 50 to 55 questions. So when I gave my exam recently, I got 52 questions. All the questions are multiple choice. Okay, you might also have true false as well as yes no. And sometimes I recently noticed that there might be questions where they will ask you to kind of fill in the blanks. For example, they might give a sentence and one word is missing, and then they will ask you to enter the expected or correct missing word on that sentence. So instead of giving them options, they will give you these kind of questions also now. So this this change I recently noticed. But again, it is very similar to providing any option as compared to do any performance based or any hands-on. So it's all the type of questions that you are going to get is based upon the topics that Terraform ask you to cover. We will talk about those topics very soon. This certification, once you pass, is valid for 2 years. Okay, and this exam is only available in English language. And it is worth to notice that there is no free retake. So in case if you did not pass the exam in first attempt, once you have paid this and if you give the exam and did not pass, so you will not get any free retake. You might have to do a payment again if you want to give the exam again. But rest assured, after watching this complete video, you will get to know, you will get the idea that how you can prepare for the exam, and if you put your efforts, you will definitely pass the exam in the first attempt. And once you pass, certified by the HashiCorp on 003. So as I said, there are different topics from which you will get the questions in the exam. So these are total 9 exam objectives based upon which the questions are distributed, and HashiCorp verifies your knowledge in the exam. So total 9 objectives, and in this exam, these different exam objectives defines how your questions are distributed. So there are total 9, so around 4 or 5 from each one of them. Sometime you might have more questions from certain objective or more from others. So it completely keeps on changing. There is no fixed ratio of number of questions from each sections. So total 9 sections you can see on this official website of HashiCorp. So total 9 sections. You will have questions from each one of them. It's just that some of them will have more, some of them will have less. So randomly you will get some number of questions, how they are divided by HashiCorp. So let's talk about each of these one by one. So starting from the top, go up. So we will take each objective. We'll try to quickly understand what type of questions and how you can expect from this. So in the first section, you should be familiar with what is infrastructure as a code approach, what are the advantages of using infrastructure as a code approach, how it is different from manual approach of creating uh, infrastructure resources. So these type of things you should know about in the first objective. So I remember I had around 2 to 3 questions from this section where it was asked that how infrastructure as a code approach uh, you know uh, go in a form of asking advantages, that what type of benefit it brings you. And for this section, I remember they asked me to select more than one options. So what are the features supported by infrastructure as a code support, and they gave me multiple choice and I had to select more than one. So that is similar kind of question I remember from the exam. So same type of questions you can expect from this type of section number 1. Then second section is all about the Terraform introduction, that is how it is different from other infrastructure as a code tool, how it provides you the multi-cloud provider agnostic benefits, which helps you to provision infrastructure on AWS, Azure, Oracle, Cloud, how they are different from CloudFormation and ARM templates and so on, and the benefits of state file. Once your infrastructure is deployed, all the information of your infrastructure is stored in the state file. So how it benefits you. So I remember we had 3 to 4 questions from this objective, where the question was something like advantage of using Terraform to provision resources on multiple cloud providers, yes or no, kind of true false, which I had in section number 2. Then the third section or objective is all about Terraform basics, the installation, the plugin based architecture, the Terraform configurations using different providers, how Terraform fetches the providers. I remember, 5 to 7 questions from this question, which I remember from my exam. It's very important to have a good knowledge from this section. Questions were like, do you need internet to download the plugins? Do you need internet to use Terraform to provision infrastructure? True, false. Can you create infrastructure without internet if you have your plugins downloaded? So these type of basic questions regarding the installation and using the plugins and libraries you can expect. Also, what is the libraries in which Terraform, sorry, what is the language in which libraries are written, like Go language and so on. So these type of questions you can expect from objective 3. The objective 4 was all about using Terraform outside the workflow, like using import feature, how to enable the logging. Okay. So I remember questions asked about verbosity levels, which is the most verbose option, least verbose option. Then if you're using Terraform import command, what are the argument that you have to give, like resource ID and so on. So these type of questions you can expect from exam objectives. Section number 5 was all about modules. 2 to 3 questions I remember from this objective, where I was asked to give the module syntax, how to use variables inside the modules, how to take input from the user, how to set your own module versions. So this was from exam objective 5. Section number 6 or objective 6, where I had maximum questions, because you have information about plan, apply, destroy, fmt, validate, init. So you have to be thorough with all these commands and the behavior of these commands, because the questions were mainly on the behavior, that how these commands behave, what are the effect of these commands, which command updates the state file, which command refreshes the state file, does not updates. So these type of questions you will expect have from objective 6. Then 7 is all about the state files. So by default, the state file is stored in local file. This was a question I remember, that what is the default backend in Terraform. So it's local or remote, but you can remote configure it to remote. There were questions like, the stress was more about remote backend. So what are the available remote backends, and they were given 4 to 5 options. You have to select all of them which apply. So this also had a good ratio, around 4 to 5 questions from section number 7. Then section 8 or exam objective 8, this is where the questions were based upon variables, the secrets, then using syntaxes. Basic questions were basically on syntaxes, that how HCL syntaxes are written. Okay. Then how you address the resources. Again, they will give you examples of different cloud providers. You just have to be careful with the syntaxes. So 3 to 4 questions that you can expect from this part. And then the last one is about Terraform Enterprise. So 2 to 3 questions you will expect from Terraform Cloud Enterprise version. What are the features they offer? How they are different from CLI features like Sentinel and single sign-on, enforcing policies, different types of enforcing policies, hard or soft, and so on. So these type of logical questions you can expect from the last objective 9. So these are all the exam objectives that you have to focus, take notes of each one of them, and revise and remember that exam will have questions from each one of them. So you cannot skip any one of these. Just go through each one of them. So now let me share you my result of HashiCorp, which I recently gave. So as you can see that the section level performance is listed here, that the questions were from each of them, and did you meet the expectations or not. So accordingly your transcript and your results will be ready after you have completed the exam. So questions you will have it from all of those 9 exam objectives. Okay. So it is in the same order as you see in the official website of HashiCorp. The sections are mentioned here, and question will be from each one of them. So you will have questions from each, and make sure that you go through each one of them, okay, when you prepare for them. So now, how did I prepare for this exam, and what, in which way you can prepare for it and you will be more confident? So first thing is, go to the official documentation to, look for. So you can simply go to terraform.io/docs. So this is the most updated and reliable source of information on which you have to rely. You can, always check the documentation. So this documentation will help you to prepare for your each topic. Okay, you can explore, and always it is updated. So you make sure that you go through this and use it. You see, you have for each one of them the syntax example, the resources, how the blocks are given. Okay, so it's a good descriptive content available here. Whenever you have any doubt, just come to this terraform.io/docs, and this is where, you know the first level of uh, resource that you should keep your hand, preparation. When you are preparing, make sure that this is the first level of resource that is handy with you throughout your preparation. Second, to perform the hands-on, go to the registry page of Terraform, and you can practice, the hands-on on registry, because the important thing while doing the preparation is doing hands-on. So for hands-on, go to the providers, and go to the respective provider where you want to experiment and check your knowledge before you appear for the exam. Go to Azure, AWS, go to the documentation of that respective provider, and just check, try creating some resources, do some, testing that will give you confidence that okay, this is how my resources are created on different providers. Because until and unless you don't do practical, you don't do hands on, you are not prepared for the exam, to be honest. Only having theoretical knowledge, going through the documentation, taking note of each one of them will not help you to pass the exam. So having practical knowledge is very important. Next thing about performing hands-on is, you can also register yourself on K21 Academy. You can enroll in different types of program where you will have recorded videos. You will have access to recorded, videos, and you can prepare accordingly. More impactful is, if you want to resolve your queries and ask trainer your doubts, and more see more real time examples, discuss with the trainer, so get, one to one information from the trainer. This will really help you to, get more confidence. But in case if your calendar does not allow you to attend the live session, then definitely you can also go for the self course where you will have access to recorded videos. After completing my live session, I went through the recorded videos. I did practice everything. Okay, and whatever doubts I had, I posted them in the, support group which K21 Group Academy has created on WhatsApp. Very easy and very quick support, and it was, on time resolved by the K21 team. So this type of program will really help you to, get a more hands-on experience. Okay, and also get more confident before you appear for the exam. And the best part of K21 Academy which I liked was, they are with you until you pass the exam. So it's not like once your live session is done, you are off the chart. No, K21 Academy team will always behind you, helping you that hey, are you prepared for your uh, certification exam? If not, how we can help you? They'll help you in all the ways, they can. Even they give you access to, videos, and along with that they also allow you to, attend another session, so that in case you want more clarification, more doubts to be cleared, then you can attend another upcoming session. You can ask the K21 team about the next calendar session, and then you can sit in that as well. So this type of training plan from K21 Academy will help you, and it will definitely give you confidence when you go for the exam. Remember, register for once and enjoy the benefits forever until you pass the exam. Don't need to pay again ever. This is what I like about K21 Academy more. So this was something that K21 offered and really helped me, because after completing the live session, I had questions, and then I asked team to, let me sit in another session without paying anything extra, and then I set into another batch, and then I posted, my queries based upon the topics as session was progressing, and then it was, good for me to get more confidence. So after doing this, I went for my exam. So what I will suggest first, you go for the documentation for your self-paced study. Uh, Take notes, start preparing, get comfortable with the terminologies, and after that, to get a hands-on, I'll refer that go for live session with K21 Academy, because you don't not only have access to the videos after live session, but you also have free classes to attend in future until you pass your exam. This is what something out of the box K21 Academy offers. Okay, you can go for any type of program that you want. And just to show you, once your live session is completed, you will have access to all the session videos of the same for which you are attending. So you can log into your K21 Academy portal and can go through these videos whenever you want, and do a quick revision for all the topics that are covered in the live session. So this is something which is very helpful, because you can use these videos to revisit your concepts and revise them. So these resources were very impactful in my preparation. They helped me a lot, because mind my words, if you don't have any hands-on experience, then passing the exam is a difficult task. Okay, because exam is not limited to any one provider. Okay, yeah, it is a generic exam. You should be comfortable with the Terraform syntaxes and the logical uh, things that you apply in Terraform. So these are the two main resources which I will prefer. First, documentation, and second one is from the K21 live session or recorded. And you know what, K21 Academy does not leave you here. K21 Academy also offers you the question bank. So once you have completed the training, and you feel that you are okay, ready for the exam, then you can ask K21 team to give you access to some of the sample questions. So they will give you access to sample question bank. So that was something which is like a mock exam for you. Okay, so you can use that sample exam questions to do a mock exam and see that how much prepared you are. Okay, so this is something which was really helpful, because when I gave my first mock exam from the K21 Academy question bank, I got an idea that okay, these are topics where I need to prepare more and then come visit again. So having a mock exam is always very helpful before you go for the real exam. And K21 Academy gives you a question bank that can help you to quickly justify how much you have learned and how much you're prepared for your certification exam. Okay, so this exam, as I told you, is an online exam. Okay, you make sure that you are in an empty room and give it from the quiet room. Make sure you have proper internet connectivity, and there should be no background noise. You should have a proper webcam working, and make sure that you are carrying your government ID card, because proctor will verify the government ID along with the person who is giving the exam. And when you give the exam, make sure that you read and understand all the questions carefully, because if you are stuck at any question, do not waste the time. Just move to next question. You can flag and review that question later. Okay, so that once you have done all the other questions, you can revisit that. So you can at least attempt all the questions, and keep flagging the questions that you want to revisit so that you don't miss any question. So this will save your time, okay, and make sure that you go through all the questions, because time management is very important. Remember, 60 minutes for 50 to 55 questions, so almost a minute only for each one of them. Okay, so this is all, everyone, which I wanted to share with each one of you. So remember, access the documentation. If you are ready with the documentation, you are familiar with the recent terminologies of Terraform, just go ahead, enroll yourself in any of the programs of K21 Academy, get access to videos, ask them for the question bank, mock exam, start giving the exam, and best of luck for your final exam. Okay, so go ahead and start your preparation, start using documentation, try to get some beginner level of notes, and after that you need support. K21 team is here to help you. Just reach out to them and they will be more than happy to help you whichever way you want. You want, because of time crunch, you want access to recording, or you want to attend a live session, there we are, we have that for you. Okay, and in case you just want question bank, just contact them, and after the session they will give you the question bank as well. So, best of luck. This is all I wanted to share my experience with everyone so that it helps you in your exam preparation. If you are planning, to get certified from HashiCorp and getting, skill set of using Terraform. So, best of luck. Go ahead and start your preparation. Start using documentation. Try to get some, beginner level of notes. And once you feel that okay, you need a guidance, then you can come back to K21 team. We are here for help. Whichever way you want because of time crunch, you want access to recordings, then we are here for you. If you want live session, then you can ask team for the next upcoming batch. You can enroll for that as well. Okay, so that's all from this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope all of you pass the exam very soon. And if you need any help, K21 team is here to help you to get you certified and use it in your career. So thank you and have a good day.